So you might be thinking that she's sitting over drinking beer, eating chips, and providing you a mediocre to low-level cinema experience. But actually what I'm doing is showing you how to protect the creative process. Let me explain.
I just finished one of my longest episodes to date about my personal journey with alcohol, and I needed to decompress. At the same time, I had just seen that two of my favorite creators announced that they were burned out and leaving YouTube. What the heck? Both creators said this was their dream job. Both creators had multiple staff to help with the workload. How could they be burned out? And how was I going to be successful when it's just me?
Okay. Put the tent up. It's very raining a little bit, so good timing.
I immediately found myself wanting to explain how much work it takes to be a YouTuber, as a sort of warning for newbies to beware and a subconscious questioning if I was on the right path.
One thing that I think people often don't understand is how much effort being creative takes. You can get to the end of the day and be as tired as if you had worked out all day. Like your muscles won't hurt, but your brain will hurt, and it's exhausting.
In truth, YouTube is a lot of work, and there is huge potential for burnout. When you leave an episode thinking, I could make a video like that, that is testament to the intense amount of work the creator put in to make it seem easy to you.
I spend about a day planning my episodes. I pick out my thumbnail and title in advance. I do end up changing it most of the time later, but that helps me understand what the topic is going to be about, what things should I be focusing on while I'm on this trip. And then I plan out the script, I plan out what shots I might potentially need, and then I kind of just play it by ear once we get going. But rule of thumb is the harder the experience is for you emotionally, that's what everyone wants to see. Pivo has been begging me to go for a walk for a while now. So, time to fulfill a little girl's dreams. Isn't that right, Pivo?
An argument that often goes on in the creator world is whether consistency or quality is more important. And what I've learned is that in today's environment, in order to be successful, you have to do both.
Let me give you an analogy so you can understand what I mean and why this matters. Went to a winery last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, and I would describe the experience as okay. It wasn't phenomenal. I wouldn't go out of my way to go there again. Whereas I would go to Manowar Winery again, because that place is amazing. And the biggest difference is the wine is good at both places. The view is good at both places, but the bathrooms at the place I went last weekend were gross and the food was mediocre. And just those two things don't make up for the other two things, which is the good view and the good wine. You have to have all of them really good. Pivo's like, stop messing around the camera, Mom. Time to go to the beach. Okay, Pivo. Okay. We'll go to the beach. Pivo just went barreling down this hill at full speed. She's probably already in the water, let's be honest. There she is! Go on, Pivo!
The problem with being good at everything when you're a YouTuber is it's a ton of work.
And it's really important that everything you say that you're doing, you film. If I am talking to you and I say, oh man, Pivo's being so cute right now, I don't want to stop talking right now, but after I'm done with the shot, I want to take the camera, point it at Pivo and show her being cute so that I can overlay that when I said that little snippet.
One 30-second scene can take 30 minutes to record.
One thing that I've learned is more angles does make a difference. You have to get more angles. It keeps it interesting, and it also shows you the full scope of what's happening.
It all takes a very high level of thought, constantly.
Every choice that you do motivated, which means it has a reason behind why you're showing that, why you're talking about it. You're not just showing random stuff. So many people just pick up the camera and just start pointing at whatever's around them, but really, like, you want to put more thought into it than that. So, while I try to be authentic as possible with how I look, sometimes I just have to fix my hair because people like to watch pretty people, and there's a bare minimum standard that you have to meet. Once I'm done filming everything, the next thing I do is I upload it all to my computer. Oh my gosh, it takes forever, especially with my GoPro, because my GoPro's old and broken. Then I watch the clips with me speaking or anyone else speaking, and I take notes. And the biggest thing that I take notes of is the clips that the emotions stand out for me. So like if I'm feeling really happy or really sad while I'm taking notes, then I make note of that, because your first impression tells you what your audience is going to experience. And the most emotional moments, whether it's really, really happy or really, really sad, are the ones that you want to use, because the audience is always going to have like a stunted level of emotion. So if I'm super, super happy, my audience is going to feel a little bit less happy than that. So you want to go for the most happy so that they can really feel the emotion that you are feeling. Does that make sense? What a lovely day Pivo and I have had. Hiking, going around, eating some food now. It's been a good day. So I find editing to be the most exhausting part of making film. Like, it's just takes so much mental energy, and it's very particular. So you'll spend hours just like going through a minute, probably 2 hours actually, for 1 minute of film. And yeah, it's just exhausting because you're like paying attention to every single little detail, and you kind of have to like learn to trust your instinct and trust your feelings that you have when you go through it. And that develops over time. It's not something that you can just start out with, but yeah, editing is exhausting.
I'm hoping by now I've changed at least a few of your minds about YouTubers being e-beggars asking for support through Patreon. It's a ton of work, and I haven't even discussed marketing, managing multiple social media channels, email newsletters, managing patron relationships, and continuously developing your skills to remain competitive. Have no doubt, this is a full-time job. I've said before it's the most fulfilling job I've ever had, though. But would it be sustainable?
Pivo and I have decided that we're gonna hike to the top of the mountain for sunset, but I think we're really early. So, might just be sitting up there for a little while.
On a delta in the river's mouth, we were born again out of the south. Songs of the field from an ancient herd are buried in the mud and blood and dirt. little birds against the wind.
As a YouTuber, you always want to be careful that you're not complaining because people aren't here to hear me complain. So I want to be clear that that's actually not what I'm doing here. It's more about, like, this is what it takes to make a YouTube video. So what do you do to make sure that you're always in a good frame of mind, that you can produce content that's quality all the time? She is so dirty. Look at her. And I have to sleep with her tonight. Yay! You okay? How did you sleep, people? How did you sleep? You sleep okay? Just woke up, as you can see by my messy hair. I'm thinking we're gonna go see a waterfall today and maybe attempt some caves, but I think they're all pretty flooded, so. Coffee.
Seeing two big YouTubers burn out reminded me to connect with why I was doing this in the first place. I want something different than the 9 to 5. I want flexibility with my time. I want to be able to work from anywhere. And most importantly, I want to work for something I truly believe in and have the power to change to ensure it always aligns with my values as I grow.
It's funny, I bought this tent for I think $50 on Tradebee, but I did my research and it was like the best quality tent I could get for cheap money because at the time I was unemployed. It was when we first got here 7 years ago, and it still is pretty good. Every once in a while I have to take like waterproof shoe spray and I spray the top cover and then it's perfectly waterproof again.
I found myself asking, what would it take to build my channel and not burn out like other creators?
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get the tent completely dried out here, so I'll have to take it apart or lay it out at home to get it fully dry. Otherwise, it will just get mildewy and the tent will deteriorate faster, so gotta take care of your gear.
I believe it will take honoring my needs first and foremost, saying no to amazing opportunities if they distract from my main goal, and being okay with slow growth.
So, I'm a little cheap, and I don't know if you guys can see it here. Right there, I've sewn up the bag because, I mean, why get a new tent if it works, right? And to be honest, it's not just about money, because I am a little cheap, but like, I really truly just don't want to buy more things. Like, there's no reason to produce things when it's working perfectly fine. But I have a pretty high level of tolerance for discomfort, so I think it depends on each person, but if you can keep yourself from buying things, I think you're winning. Come on, let's go.
May I challenge you, dear viewer? If you were to honor your needs, what activities and tasks can you remove or slow down? What are opportunities you should say no to, despite how appealing they are? What are the things that you are doing that are taking your energy away from what you really want to do? Is there anything you can let go of?
You happy girl, Pivo? We're going to the beach real quick, okay? We're gonna go to the beach. Are you excited? You love the beach. Should we go swim? Should we go swim? Yeah, let's do it. Pivo loves the beach. Pivo loves the beach. Pivo loves the beach. You're a happy girl, aren't you? Should we go inside, Pivo? Should we go have a look? You can't normally get inside this cave during high tide, so we've got probably a small window we can go explore. I love caves. I love caves so much. They remind me of home. You're not a fan? Okay, mommy's going in. You can come in or you can stay. It's up to you, Peeves. Oh, cool. It's big. It's like a cavern. Goes back there. How you doing, Peeves? How you doing, girl? You're pretty happy. Pivo is actually surprisingly good in caves. I've taken her in a couple, and she just kind of keeps wagging her tail and staying close to me. It's really cute. Pivo decided that she's sitting up front with me. So, honestly, it's this exact kind of thing which revives my soul.
So me, I could feel I needed to be in nature. I could be home working on my business, and I'm sure those activities would help me grow, but I'm gonna sacrifice that growth now so I have the energy to stick with it later. By the way, I have an idea to put together a newsletter sharing encouragement, tips, and learnings about my YouTube journey. It's only an idea right now, but if you'd be interested in joining the mailing list, there's a link in the description. We'll vote on frequency and content you'd like to see in the first email. Thanks so much for having a watch. You guys are awesome.